Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. In this video, let's do a deep dive into the SiteVault plugin. This is the pro version or the premium version of the plugin. We also have a free one that's available on WordPress.org. And here is the pro or premium. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, backup plugins, they're kind of boring. They're all the same. They'll have the same features. Everyone's kind of doing the same thing. Wrong, my friend. This thing is actually stacked. And that was kind of the whole point is when we went to create this is I wanted it to supplement and be cohesive and fit together with GuardPress, which is the security plugin. So originally we had a backup element in GuardPress, we separated those two out, and that way this can be just backup piece, and then the security piece can be, just a security piece. Those two talk together and work together quite well. So here is the page on that. We can scroll up here and look at the security when that was last done just a couple days ago, past. It gives you all that kind of data there. All right, let's go to the plugin. Now, I've gone ahead and just added it in and activated the license code. When you get the plugin and you add it, you're going to have limited, means of going around until you put in the license code or the license key. Then you put in a license key, everything unlocks. So right now it's telling me right out of the gates, all of these things need to be done, right? So it's also going to have all kinds of different automated risks or notifications here based on what host that you're using. So through the time now that we've been developing this, we've found that there are things that can come up, right? With shared hosting accounts, SiteGround versus HostGator versus DigitalOcean versus all these different hosting and, things that they lock down, things that they leave unlocked. So as we continue to go, we'll continue to attempt to, hardwire in some of these paths and notifications to make it easier for you using it, right? So here is the dashboard page. Pretty easy out of the gates. It's got a site health score that is populated, but you can run that at any point, and it's telling you what's going on. So the cron health cloud storage is telling you hasn't happened there. Recursion guard, recent backup, and disk space that's free. Okay, so you can come down here and right away create a backup, but there's a lot more you can do. So let's go through the dedicated pages one at a time. So here is the backups page. If I wanted to trigger a backup, I could just click on that button and I get all these options: database, plugin, theme, upload, files only, full backup. All right, so this should look familiar because it's somewhat similar to this inside of the free version of the plugin. Then we got schedules. So this is to where we can start to do incremental backups, full backups, files only, and we can set these up to be daily, weekly, monthly, and so that way we're getting full coverage depending on what kind of site you're running. Like a WooCommerce e-commerce site, you would run a little bit differently than you would a blog site, right? Like you don't need to back up the blog as much as you would an e-commerce site that actually has billing occurring and people, buying every single day, right? So you can fully fine-tune the backup schedule to your liking. Here's migration settings here. All right, push migration, pull migration. It was fun actually because in the beginning when we made this, we were able to use this tool to do a push and a pull on the new site when we were moving hosts. So yeah, that was really cool to do. And the push and pull works really well, and it's really, really simple. It makes moving sites very, very easy, which again, depending on how much experience you have doing this, it's kind of funny how set in our ways we get really quick with that. So try it out is all I'm saying. And there's full documentation on it if you need help. Okay, so here is a staging environment. It walks you through everything that you need, and you can actually stage out your sites or create a complete copy of your site if you wanted to, okay? Cloud storage, here's your options here. There's everything, okay? So everything that you need to push your backups. So if you want to do a 3-2-1 strategy, whatever your plan is for backups, please just do it. You'd be amazed at how few people actually are still not doing a dedicated backup. And then essentially how many of them are just doing it on the same web host that they're already on, or, once in a while when they remember, they'll do one and then it gets thrown into the downloads folder and they kind of completely forget about it, right? So that is the easiest way to essentially migrate or come back from a attack of any kind. And attacks are always on the rise. All right, so here is the site health page. It's giving you the goods up top here. SSL cert, disk space, PHP error log. We can run individual checks on this or run all. Database health, plugin updates, which ones need to be updated, and et cetera, et cetera. And then core web vitals, which you can actually pipe in your own API key if you want to. This is tying into Google PageSpeed, so it is completely free. And then this is where it starts to get fun. It gives you a detailed breakdown here, but we can add in alerts channels. So we can actually push to an alert to Slack or Discord, or some kind of other custom webhook if you wanted to, and type in which channel that you want to add it to, and then essentially which event you want to push. And so I have these set up to Discord, and it pings me once a day at like noon, and it gives me an update on essentially all the scores, okay, and where everything is sitting. So that's an easy way to get that alert. If you, again, wanted to separate it from emails or didn't want to have it interfering with that, or, if you're on Slack or Discord more often and maybe it's just a convenience thing, it's entirely up to you, but that plumbing is there and it's all ready for you to tap into. So really cool feature there. I actually enjoy that a lot more than I thought I would. Settings page, we probably should have started here, but again, this is not your typical generic, settings page, okay? There is a lot here. So let's start at the top. General settings, security, so we can actually encrypt this thing if we wanted to. Site health, this is where you would pop in your API key. Again, it is free to get this. It's just going to give you a larger amount of tokens or usage per day. And then with most of our plugins, we have essentially SMTP detection. So if you don't have SMTP plugin detected, it will give you some sort of notification here at the top. And then database optimization, we've got those options here. Exclusions, disaster recovery, which this is very, very valuable if you're coming back from something, and some advanced options here. And then outside of that, there's just the license key. But I'm sure you've seen now that we've gone through the whole thing, is this is not just a basic update, migration, port over type tool. There's a lot more to it, a lot more customization and flexibility. And when you tag team this and pair this up with the GuardPress security plugin, I mean, it's like a 1-2 combination, 1-2 punch. So that is like the whole strategy. You don't really need much beyond that. If we want to start to get into SEO and optimization stuff, yeah, sure. But in terms of like backups and security, which go hand in hand, I mean, it's a killer combination. So anyways, this was a lot of fun to make this, and that is a complete look at it. If you've got questions, comment below. You got feature suggestions, again, let us know. There's going to be full documentation on the site, as with any other tool that we create. And that's it. Give us a try. Yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.